Hello, welcome to the Rooster's Nest. He's actually put on his face today. What do you think? I'm definitely, there's some wanting, but I never think of myself as a professional. It's just for me. It's good times to look like the rooster. So, hello, alien. We're here, queer, getting into gear. And I guess I'm a little self-conscious about my face making abilities, but hey, gotta just like less judgments, more love. We're gonna read from the Awakening Book of Awakening today, again as per usual. May 23rd looks like it's gonna be a good one. In terms of checking in, I feel good today. I get back to work for 3 days tomorrow. I'm going to spend my day relaxing mostly. I have a few things on my to-do list. I'm going to be creative. I'm going to watch stuff. I'm going to practice my Spanish. It's going to be a nice day. I'm feeling hopeful and positive about the love in my heart and my path. Good stuff, right? May 23rd, everybody. It says to be awake. There is always purpose in being, but not always being in purpose. Let that sink in. Always purpose in being, but not always being in purpose. How easily we get caught up in defining who we are in relation to those around us. I remember walking home from school in 4th grade when I noticed Roy, a classmate I didn't really like, walking at the same pace as me on the other side of the street. Until I noticed Roy, I was lost in the joy of walking home, free of school, not yet enmeshed in the anger that awaited inside my house. But once seeing Roy, I began, without a word, to walk faster, to try to outwalk him. He, of course, sensed this immediately and picked up his gait. As he strode ahead of me, I felt lacking, and so stepped up my gait. Hello, Gangster Boy, Chris Fluffy, Paul Reed, and 817-875-604. Before I knew it, we were both racing to the corner, and I felt that if I didn't get there first, I would be a terrible failure. Hi, kid. I have lived enough in the world to know by now that this is how our ambitions often evolve. We first find ourselves alone in the joy of what we're doing. That's like, yeah. Somehow there are suddenly others along the way, and we lapse into the breathless race of comparison. And then we are hopelessly running to avoid being termed a failure. Oh my God, you guys. I mean, I've been having dreams of being chased and of being and of chasing the last while. So this is really interesting. We first find ourselves alone in the joy of what we're doing, but somehow there are suddenly others along the way, and we lapse into the breathless race of comparison. And then we are hopelessly running to avoid being termed. Hi, Hama and Abdu, and Sarah. Welcome. Thanks for being here. My name's The Rooster, and I'm reading from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. You are welcome here, friends. From here, we often latch onto the nearest goal as a purpose. If we can't find one nearby, we're thought to be adrift. But our lasting sense of purpose is in our breathing, in our being. Wow, Nepo. As the humanitarian Carol Higueras reminds us, our purpose is that which we most passionately are when we pay attention to our deepest selves. Our purpose is that which we most passionately are when we pay attention to our deepest selves. Mommy! So, underneath all our worries about careers and jobs and retirements, our purpose really comes down to living fully. Yes, thank you for the reminder. To being a light with who we are beneath all the names and titles we are given or aspire to. Yes. Imagine Buddha in his moment of enlightenment, of being lighted from within. I doubt if he knew he was aglow. In fact, when Buddha rose from under the Bodhi tree, it is said a monk approached him in utter amazement at his luminosity and asked, "Oh, Holy One, what are you? You must be a god." Buddha, not thinking of himself as anything but present. I love it. I love it. And no, not a god, and kept walking. But the dazzled monk persisted, "Then you must be a deva." And Buddha stopped and said, "No, not a deva," and kept walking. Still, the monk pursued him, "Then you must be Brahma himself." And at this, Buddha simply uttered, "No." The monk, confused, implored, "Then what are you? Tell me, please, what are you?" Buddha could not repress his joy and replied, "I am awake." Good for you, Buddha. And Jesus. Can it be that our purpose, no matter whom we run into, no matter what we are told, is simply to be awake? That is our purpose. That's the only thing we have to do. Hi, Daddy. Orange juice, are you back? Yay! Okay, perfect. Thanks, buds. Thanks, PJ. I love that. Our only purpose. I mean, and that's like the who are you thing I talk about, which is what this was saying. Our purpose is that we mostly are when we pay attention to our deepest selves. When I say that's the only thing you have to do. Number two, who are you? That's the only thing you have to do. Paying attention to your deepest self. That's our purpose, no matter what we're told, is to simply be awake. Yeah, I'm gay. Isn't that great? Gay, gay, gay. Do, 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 do. Okay. Sit quietly and meditate on the things that have come to define you. Crazy World. I did learn how to play it, but I haven't practiced. I'm not very good at practicing, PJ, I have to admit. I have focus issues stemming from anxiety, stemming from intense emotion and complex PTSD. Those are all my excuses for why I'm not very good at Crazy World. I can play it, and I have played it, and it sounds pretty good. It's a great song. You know what it's like, yeah. Okay, so first, before I do the meditation, I just want to touch on the topic of Buddha and his who he was, and his enlightenment, and how the same thing that happened with Jesus and Christianity is what happened with Buddha and Buddhism, where there was a person who, through some sort of practice, for Buddha, it was the Vipassana practice, where he was able to achieve enlightenment, which is to say, being awake, being one with God, being in touch with your truest self, and able to maintain that and move forward in his life with this foundation of enlightenment. And then a religion was made out of him. because of him. A religion was made. He didn't make that religion. He didn't say, everybody worship me. You know, same with Jesus. These people, they just followed a path towards enlightenment, and then other people followed them. And then once they were gone, they were made into, or like, you know, once they died, they were made into immortal by a religion, which is why I'm not a religious person. Because these religions is not what this person was trying to achieve here. Okay. PJ says, one more song for you to listen to. Okay, great. That sounds good, buddy. Thanks, man. Okay, so again, sit quietly and meditate on the things that have come to define you. Yeah, I've been struggling with that. I don't feel comfortable with any, really, of the things you might define me as. I don't feel quite comfortable claiming any of it. I mean, except for maybe being gay and queer, non-binary. Feel what you do with your days and say, I am more than my job. Feel what you do with your days and say, I am more than my job. Feel where you sleep your nights and say, I am more than where I live. I am more than my job. I am more than where I live. Feel who you love and say, I am more than my relationships. I am more than my relationships. Feel who you love and know you are more than your relationships. I am more than my job. I am more than where I live. Feel all you have suffered and say, I am more than my history. Yeah, these are all things when you're in a spiral and you think about all the things you've done wrong, you think about your life and you're worrying about the future. You can say all of these things to yourself. Sit in silence and say, I am more than my job. I am more than where I live. I am more than my relationships. I am more than my history. Boom. Scorn, Not His Simplicity by Luke Kelly. Holy crap, this is such a long one. Feel your very name and say, I am more than my name. Yeah, that is really also resonating right now. Cass. I am Cass. Hi, Smurfette. But I am more than my name. Maybe that's why I insist on having such a long name. Cassandra Don Waldy the Rooster. Because I'm so much. I am more than my name. Feel your breath enter and leave your heart. And say, without history or name, I am the flame. I am the flame of life. I am the flame of life living in this body. Again, I am more than my job. I am more than where I live. I am more than my relationships. I am more than my history. I am more than my name. I am the flame of life living in this body. Thank you, Nepo, for the Book of Awakening. Ooh, may we all arrive to ourselves in peace and harmony that shall transcend and expand to the rest of the world in global peace and love. Okay. Scorn. Okay. Luke Kelly. I'm going to write it down. Luke Kelly, Scorn Not His Simplicity. I'm going to check it out. I like that. Because yeah, I like to say that I'm simple and complicated. We're simple and complicated. We all are simple and complicated. Hi, Icarus. And like things that ways to improve your life or whatever. How to be present, how to achieve enlightenment, and all of these things. What is the meaning of life? All of these really